Dear brothers, a number of characters in today's readings. In the Gospel, we come across Herodias, Herodias' daughter, John the Baptist. The number of guests, so many categories of people. With whom do we identify ourselves? We look at all the innocent children today in today's world who do sometimes what their elders say without discerning whether it is right or wrong. It was good that she was good at dancing, Herodias' daughter. But then when the mother told her, ask for John the Baptist's head, she could have refused. We should never violate the law of God. Thou shalt not kill is God's command for elders, for youngsters, for everyone. There are certain principles that cannot be sacrificed. Inviolable principles are there. How do we behave? How do we manipulate people who are younger to us? That is one question that we need to answer first and foremost. And then Herod, he was drunk. He promised the person who danced whatever she can ask. You have to think before you promise anything. And then he was shocked that the head of John the Baptist was asked. He knew the person whose head is asked for is holy and righteous man. He wanted his false pride to be preserved, so-called reputation of keeping one's promise. He made in front of the guests. He also could have gone back on the promise, because what is important is the life of a holy man, not his false pride. And then he succumbs to it, orders John the Baptist to be beheaded. Terrible. Sometimes we may be also living for the sake of false pride. What people will think, what another person may say, all those things can be there in our own life. First of all, what led to such a compromise? The main thing is you are doing something unlawful against God, having your brother's wife. When you do something against God, you have to make a lot of compromises. You do one wrong, and in the process, in order to hide it or escape from it, do a series of wrongs. That's what we learn from this character of Herod. And worse still, Herodias, your mistakes are pointed out. You don't want to acknowledge it and ask for pardon and change for the better. You are looking for an opportunity with a grudge to take vengeance. Terrible. Some of us may be like that. When we are corrected or when we are scolded because of the wrongs we did. I understand when you don't do any wrong because of the mistakes. We are simply sad, angry, keep ourselves aloof, and do not do what is pleasing to God. On the other hand, we are angry with the person who said what we are doing is not right. Example, in today's world, so many people, even maybe in the seminary also, in the world, in the families, so many Herodias are there. And then those guests, what is the greatness in being a guest of the king if you can't speak for the truth? King, you promised. Not even one of the guests said, no, we have come here to have a fine dinner to celebrate your birthday. The birthday should not become a death day. At least some of the guests should have spoken for John the Baptist. Birthday and death day coincide. No, you should not put to death that innocent man, that prophet, that holy man, that righteous man. Nobody said. They all erred because of their silence. Look at John the Baptist. Number of qualities during the Christmas season and the days following were explained to us from this great man. his loyalty to God, his fidelity to the truth. He died because he said, "It is not lawful for you to have your brother's wife." So many people who say to the others that something is not lawful are put to death. Not necessarily physical death, but a kind of moral death. Their name is spoiled because that person says, "It is not lawful, you should not do it." People who say, "Very good, very good," they are appreciated, they seem to be apparently liked. People who say, "This is not correct, you should change," such people are put to death continuously, at least, because they are the victim of the sharp and wild tongue of those who are corrected or who are taken to task. The man did not go back on it. He was languishing in prison, waiting and waiting, asking Messiah to do something urgently. Messiah also keeps silent, not according to his calendar, not according to his image. But then he was paid the greatest tribute by the Lord, one who was killed, murdered in this way. There is no one who is greater than John the Baptist of all people born of women. Fidelity to the Master, placing Jesus at the center, dying for the truth, calling a spade, come what may. Great John the Baptist. Look at John the Baptist, look at David, learn from their life of commitment, loyalty to the Lord.